Okay. We're going to start working from the ground up. Okay. The next one is your legs and your hips. Okay. So when we work with our legs and our hips, the first thing we're going to try and do is we're going to go from a bladed stance, okay, where I have my front foot forward, my shield foot forward, pointed at my target. My back foot is slightly outside my shoulders and pointed at about a 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle. Your foot needs to come out to here. There. Okay. Nope. Keep your other foot there. Okay. So now, this is called a bladed stance. Okay. When I rotate on my back foot here. I don't have to do anything with my front foot. Okay. I'm now switching to what's called a box stance. A box stance is my feet become parallel. Okay. One of the things that you will see a lot, especially with new fighters, is that they over-rotate. Their foot will come past parallel, right? And now I'm all off balance. It's figuring out exactly where that point is, okay? The other thing that you will see is people starting the shot and then have their hip or leg come after the shot is already developing. This has to happen first. This is the most...
So I should already be shifting before I even start throwing?
Right. Okay. Now, if you want, you're doing this, where you're keeping your back leg straight, and that's pushing you forward onto your front leg, which is giving you a little bit of that frame shift mechanic. Okay. Also, at the same time, if I keep my knee bent, my back knee bent, dropping here, that's actually, I find that actually gives me a little bit more power. Nope, you're still leaning forward. Nope.
Oh, I'm not leaning at all. Oh, okay.
Good. And your foot is getting starting to slide back, so pull it out a little bit further. There you go. Okay. Now, the strike itself is only half of the blow.
Right.
The other half is the recovery. Okay. And you're already doing the recovery part of it, which is just to pivot your foot back. But that pulls my hip back.
Right.
Okay. So
that is
strike,
what I need to be doing, right?
and then recover. Strike, recover. Strike, recover. Good. Good. So dropped it a little bit low. Good. Okay. Now, in like manner, if I switch my feet, okay, if I come from a box stance to a bladed stance with my left foot, my sword foot forward, I'm also rotating my hip.
Oh, so it's just kind of in reverse.
Okay. Don't move the back or the front foot. Good.
Yeah, because that was the one thing that I was hearing repeatedly, like with the videos that we were sending to like Tino and Kettle. Like, oh man, your shots are getting a little better. Like, still no movement underneath those knees. Like, oh, damn it.
Okay. So that is the mechanic for throwing a flat snap with each leg, depending on if it's forward. Now, if you are throwing to the outside, right? When I'm throwing to this side, I want my sword hip coming forward. When I'm throwing to the offside, I want my shield hip coming forward. right?
Okay.
So when I went for the flat snap, I was using this back leg and pulling it here, right? Now I go from a box stance into a bladed stance, okay? When I throw an offside, I'm gonna go from a bladed stance into a box stance. And I have my feet parallel again, right? Bladed stance, my hip starts forward, and then I can rotate on my back foot to get the power. Okay.
Ah, that feels awkward.
Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. You're starting in the bladed stance.
Right.
Okay? Your hip, this hip is forward.
Right.
Here. So you're coming here. You're starting to extend now, or now whip that turn that foot. Boom. Good. You over rotated though.
Okay. So I'm kind of throwing it forward with the first hip motion, and then
bringing it back to whip it around. Good. Good. You're hitting actually at the very tippy end of the sword, so you need to move in about 2 to 3 inches. There. Try that. There. Now you're hitting right in the sweet spot of the sword. Good. Good.
Do I want it to be coming in like super horizontal like that, or should I have like a bit of an angle?
You can. I think of it as right now you're bringing your hand, your point a little bit across. Trying when you're coming forward, just like with the flat snap, you're bringing it into line with your target, right? Now you're also coming from right here. Try bringing it up toward near your eye and ear. There. So now you come here, and it's going to be easier to clear your head. Here.
Okay.
Here. Boom. Good. Good. Okay. Now, we're still sword leg forward, right?
Yes.
So if I'm going to go to the offside and I want to pivot on my front foot, I have to set my hip forward first, and then I'm pulling here. So you have to turn your foot in there.
So with the beginning motion, turn the whole foot.
Okay.
And then move it. Right.
Now, that has problems with it when you're fighting, because by doing this, I'm exposing this side of my body.
Yeah.
Okay? The purpose of me showing you this isn't necessarily because this is necessarily the way you want to develop power, but because I want you to understand how your hips work.
Okay.
And that you can develop power with either your back hip or your front hip.
Okay. So if you're ever in that position, like there's that practice.
You pivot to here.
So this is not something you want to do on the reg. Like, but just like if you ever happen to fall into it.
Right. So like the one time when I would see using this technique is I take a step. You have your sword foot forward. Okay. Okay. I take a step here. Okay. No, you're not going to move.
Okay.
Okay. I take the step. You're going to pivot your whole entire body on that front foot, and you're coming to here to cut that angle off.
Oh.
Now you're loaded to come to
Boom.
here. And by
because the shield is already blocking that.
right. So you get the there.
Oh, because then you don't even have to step to pivot out of it. Like you just shift. Like,
Boom.
oh, okay.